The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Sheena Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Political and economic specialist at the U.S. Embassy, Alexander Sokoloff, challenging members of Grand Bahama's business community to become the voice of the Wallace Grove vision. Sokoloff, while addressing the Chamber's banquet, questioned why Grand Bahama's economy continues to struggle despite its modern infrastructure. He says he believes the economy can turn around, but there must be a shared vision.
So with all of this being the case, why aren't more investors coming to Freeport? Why are some existing businesses suffering? And why is unemployment so high? I'm sure all of you here tonight have some opinions on this, but this is a celebration and I do not want to encourage any finger pointing. I will say, however, that it seems to me that Freeport has lost some of its belief in Grove's vision and has faltered in articulating a new vision that investors and residents alike can embrace. Without a vision and the passion to carry it out, Grand Bahama is just another island with great unrealized potential.
Sokoloff says Grand Bahama can become a leading business center in the Western Hemisphere and pointed to 2 new investment projects that should help to spur economic growth.
Freeport is a fantastic city and has a great future. In particular, I am excited about new opportunities for specialized medical tourism, such as the stem cell therapy that Okeanos is pioneering. I mean, this is really groundbreaking stuff, and if that sector can be built and driven further, I can see just huge potential there. The whole medical side of things, I think, is just totally untapped at this point. Also, call centers and financial services, I think, have a huge opportunity here.
The Department of Immigration taking 6 Haitians to court today, 5 for illegal landing, the 6th person for staying over. They all pled guilty to the charges before Magistrate Debbie Ferguson. Those charged with illegal landing was given a fine of $300 or 1 year in prison, and a fine of $3,000 of 2 years behind bars was levied on the overstaying charge. The migrants have been in the country since October of last year. They were found in various areas of the island, including Dover Sound. A leading secondary institution reflecting on its rich heritage, staff and students along with members of the school's former leadership team kicking off a week-long celebration, and they used the occasion to honor their own. Joan Davis Roll was on hand for the festivities.
The grand celebration was in honor of swag. Yes, you heard right. St. George is known as Jaguar Country. Call it Jag Swag, as Jag Week celebrations got off to an official start.
This week, we are elated with pride, Jaguar pride. Our spirits are raging with pride and joy. We are ready to shout, sing, and cheer. We will make noise about what we have accomplished and have yet to accomplish. So without further delay, I declare this week Jaguar Pride Week. So let the festivities begin. We've got the Jag Swag.
The event punctuated with many special moments. The swag of 2 former principals, now district superintendents, one from Andros, Harcourt Davis, and Grand Bahama's Mary Cooper, returning home and taking Jaguar Country by storm.
I am so proud of the various accomplishments that have been made by this, my baby.
Also part of the celebratory mix was an address by former student, now international model Thomasina Kumba, and a golden moment for Olympian and Golden Knight Michael Matthew.
Teachers, I'm speaking to you right now. You have to really, these students are spending most of their days, most of their time with you. You never know really unless you sit down with them where they're coming from, the problems they have at home, and most times, and I can say this because I was them, most times they come to school with the world on their shoulders, and then you have a teacher saying, you know what, you need to do this or you need to do that. Sometimes you just have to take your time. Sometimes you just have to be a little bit gentle with them.
Yeah, I feel pretty good, you know. It was definitely a blessing for me.
Going forward, what do you like to see happen, especially for young men like yourself?
Yeah, I would just like to say that they need to, create goals and actually go for the goals.
Joan Davis Roll, Saturday Network News.
Jag swag, gotta love it. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues right after this.
Matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Tonight we continue our on-campus series. Every night this week we will feature the work of a high school student who opted to be a reporter for a day, conducting interviews and writing reports on a topic of interest. Our first student is Shira Adderley of Catholic High School. Her focus, a young musician who is using his life story to impact and inspire other young persons to make good decisions.
Many young persons are interested in rap and hip-hop music that promotes negative behavior, but popular radio personality Gio Simon says he wants to make a positive impact on the youth through gospel rap.
So we own it, fire music, we own it. Yes, so we got it. Them early blessings, we got it. He woke me up this morning, the sun is shining.
Same style of music that they like. And just putting God in it, just preaching. I'm just more like a preacher, but I'm doing it through music.
Everybody now kick, the devil kick, the devil kick, the devil kick. Now walk for the Lord, walk for everybody to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, now to the right, to the right, to the right. Everybody now kick, the devil kick, the devil kick, the devil kick.
He often puts his life experiences into his music, and he believes this makes it more relatable to the young people.
1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Yes,
I came from where 2 Chainz them and all the other rappers. I came from what they was talking about, doing the clubbing and the drinking, and I'm just letting the young people know through my music is nothing in that. Even though you might be clubbing and be in the group with a lot of people having a lot of money, it's still an emptiness on the inside. The only person that can fill that emptiness, that hurt on the inside, is Jesus Christ.
They don't even know it. Damn swag.
I'm swiped out like that, you don't even know it.
They don't even know it. Damn swag.
I'm swiped out like that, you don't even know it.
They don't even know it.
Despite being discouraged at times, Simon says he strives to inspire young people. His goal is to prove that they can accomplish anything, despite their circumstances. Most importantly, he relies on his faith to keep him grounded.
What keeps me going is young people. Young people keeps me going because, see, at the end of the day, I get discouraged. I feel like giving up too. Like I said, I came from the life of streets, and once you making an impact, the devil don't like that. So he would try to bring a pass. Sometimes, when you trusting in God and when you waiting on God, you might pray for a car, you might pray for some finance, but it might not happen where you want it to happen, but it happens at God's time. So, the enemy comes in, be like, look at that, God taking too long to bless you. Why don't you just go on the streets or call this car? So what keeps me going is just trusting in God and just having faith. Studying and reading that word to show myself approved, and just young people, when I see that young people are impacting, even when I want to give up, I'll be like, what, I got to keep pushing for this young person, because if I give up right now, that's going to cause them to give up. And as they see me pushing, I want to inspire them so they can be inspired. Even though how hard to get, Gio's still pushing, so I know I could push.
Simon believes that the biggest issue facing youth is the lack of father figures and other leaders in their lives. He says this causes them to stray and turn to the streets for guidance. He believes the solution lies in mentoring the young people.
I think that us as a community, we need to come together and have more events where we can counsel these kids. It's like how they do the Boys and Girls Club. tutoring, mentoring them, you know, because sometimes they go home and there's nobody home to really sit down and help them with their homework or help be there for them. So some kids, they go home and they just put the homework down there because they mommy ain't checking, daddy ain't checking. So I feel like we should have more conversations with these kids and become, you know, friend with to the point that we can counsel them and just talk to them.
His advice to young people is to trust in God, and you can accomplish anything once you put your mind to it. For ZNS On Campus Report, I am Tashira Adderley.
Great job. Well, they are the 3 M's that mean different things to different women. And this past Saturday, a local bank, through an event designed with only women in mind, brought greater focus to 3 vital components of a woman's life: money, man, and me. Hundreds of women on Grand Bahama packed the Grand Lucayan Ballroom for Fidelity's one-day seminar where VAT investment opportunities and other critical matters were discussed. Fidelity's Financial Center Manager Allison Lavarity spoke to the women about how to simplify their lives.
Your life is simply preparing a budget, setting goals, and make them realistic, and then plan for your future. You can always get started right off the bat. Start where you are now. It's not where you start, but it's where you end. So the start is very important, but we want you to end in a positive place.
Now, overall, Lavarity and organizers were pleased with the outcome. They are hopeful that the conference would have a significant impact on the lives of every woman that attended.
We're extremely proud of the success of the conference this year. We were prepared for first 500 women, and then the airwaves opened and the excitement came in Grand Bahama, and we actually garnered almost 800 women today. And so the message today is just to empower the women and to bring financial awareness so they can have financial planning and proper information that they will be educated to move their finances forward.
Well, switching gears now, with hundreds of young men going to jail and making poor choices that negatively impact their lives, a local organization is continuing in its quest to save our youth. Reach Out Ministry Saturday hosted its annual Boys to Men conference, where youngsters and parents got some sound advice from various speakers about combating crime and other social ills. Among the presenters, Police Superintendent Stephen Dean out of Nassau.
The heralded abuse of our young people. You can see the negative story, them going to prison. I want to show that this is a clear example of the positive things young people are doing in our country. You know, oftentimes we find a negative part to castigate the young men, but we want to celebrate that good. There's good in all of our young men. And I think activities like these, organizations like these, if we continue to have much more, I think we'll have better citizens, we'll have better Bahamas, because our young people are looking for something to do.
Now, Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darble, was also on hand for the event. Reach Out founder Dudley Sade says, as a nation, we cannot give up on our young men.
Today, an opportunity will present itself where many of our young men who are unfortunate to not have a structured home will be able to look to some of the older gentlemen in the conference to provide skills and mentoring tools for other coaches, pastors who can capitalize on and begin to really reach out to those young individuals in our community who really need guidance. I support this conference 100%, and the Ministry for Grand Bahama will continue to partner with Dudley Sade.
My life story is my glory. A lot of people gave up on me. A lot of people said Dudley Sade will never turn out to be nothing. So that's why the theme is a possible dream. And if we save just one child today, it's worth it. There's a lot of young men going to prison. We're losing our young men. So that's why Reach Out decide every year to have this conference, just to let the kids know you have a purpose. If I could make it, and you could do the same.
Now, Tabernacle Baptist Academy, Norris Spain, was honored for his dedication and commitment to young men. The Boys Conference was held at the Calvary Temple Church. And Friday will be celebrated as Valentine's Day. It's a day for love. Tonight we begin a 3-part Valentine's special, taking a look at interesting things to do and places to go on the official night of love.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You got my head spinning. No.
all of the stops for lovers, friends, and family this Valentine's Day. A 4-course meal will be prepared by top chef Denzel Bain, who has added a few new additions to the menu that will tantalize every taste bud and satisfy any cravings. In an intimate setting located in the heart of Port Lacaya, Chef Bain promises that this creative menu can only complement the night of love.
We'll be offering a 4-course meal. Just to name a few of the stuff, we'll be offering a lobster bisque, a nice sexy salad with strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and a champagne vinaigrette. We also, ladies gonna love that. We also have a nice succulent sirloin steak served with sauteed mushrooms and onions and mozzarella cheese. We also will be offering shrimp scampi with vegetables on linguine. Okay, and also we're gonna have spicy chicken spring rolls you won't be able to find it anywhere on the island. So you want that, you gotta come here.
Manager Philean Wilson says Agave is not just known for quantity, but also quality. He says this type of quality will satisfy your appetite without hurting your pockets.
We know, things are tough, around town, so we've kind of solved that problem for, everybody that wants to come out. We have a pretty reasonable menu. And everybody, it's like going to a Mercedes dealership or probably a Lexus dealership. You're not worried about the quality, it's just how much you're going to spend. So therefore, we've solved that problem for you here.
From an innovative salad topped with strawberries, to a special made dessert to appease your sweet tooth, or the best drinks by some of the restaurant's top mixologists. Executive Manager Noel Clark says their aim is to spice up the night, Agave style.
This year, Chef Denzel, he went through and actually made some different changes to what we did last year. So we really wanted to spread it out to the 4 courses. And that way people get a full taste of all the different, Latin-infused Valentine's items.
Chef Bain gave this challenge.
I'm going to let you try a few of it and you tell me. How about that?
And that challenge was accepted. Great atmosphere, excellent food, and at an excellent price. What more can a girl ask for? Love is truly in the air. Gotta love my job. Stay with us. Megan Shepard is up next with sports.
Everybody, welcome to Sports. I'm Megan Shepard. A busy weekend of basketball on Grand Bahama. The Hoyts Primary School and senior boys on court. The Jack Hayward Gym was the venue. Ricardo Lightbourne was there.
The Hoyts Moon McPhee Cecil Thompson Primary School basketball tournament came to a close on the weekend at the Jack Hayward Gym. Bardale Primary won the girls, Carlton Francis Primary also second, and Mary Star the Sea finishing third. Ashante Stubbs named the MVP. Coach Ravano Ferguson was all smiles as his girls played pretty good in the tournament. Temple Christian won the boys' title, defeating Carlton Francis 25-10. The MVP honor goes to Inaguas Tajai Wilkie, Sunland finishing third. Turn to the Derek Bookie Nesbitt Richie Adley High School playoffs, Tabernacle and Sunlight on court. The Stingers playing, and they're playing for their life, folks, down 1 to the Falcons, but they've got some good guard play. The Falcons with the momentum. It's in their favor, and the post game was there. They took what the defense gave. The Stingers having some defensive letdowns. The Falcons feeling pretty confident. The Stingers with the basketball, and also watched them find it with a pretty good stroke. The Falcons also the perimeter game. That's good from Settlers' way. The fans having some problems grasping this one. Tabby's on a run. The Falcons eliminated Sunline Stingers 67-41. They got the series sweep. Rashad Russell led at 17 points for the Falcons, and the Stingers got 11 from Andre Farquharson.
Now on the flip side of the semifinals, the St. George's Jaguars defeated the 8 Mile Rock Blue Jays 49-43 to even the series at 1 game. The Jags' Kendrick Davis netted 17 and Malik Smith with 16 for the Jays. In the third and deciding game of the series, the Jays earned a spot in the finals with the 64-60 win over the St. George's Jaguars to win the series 2 games to 1. DeAndre Red Jones led the Blue Jays with 19 points. The Jaguars' Kendrick Davis with a 19-point performance. The Blue Jays and the Falcons will play the Game 1 of the Senior Boys Finals on Wednesday. The IAAF Bahamas World Relays is fast approaching May 24th and 25th at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium in New Providence. Olympian Pauline Davis-Thompson has started a countrywide trek to promote the relays, and Grand Bahama was the first stop visiting Jack Hayward, Tabernacle, Catholic High, and Sunland with the ceremonial baton in hand made from the lignum vitae by Antonius Robert. She's headed island to island. Her message: support the relays, schools, and the world relays.
When our guests come in May 24th and 25th, some of you will be in that stadium. Whether you'll be competing or whether you'll be there as spectators, we are going to make sure that our guests get a big, warm Bahamian welcome. We are going to celebrate in our Bahamian style with our cowbells, our ghostly drums, and our whistles.
Participation by the school's relays and to take in the world relays is essential, says Pauline, and showing Bahamian pride and support to Team Bahamas is a must.
We want to send a message to the United States. We want to send a message to Jamaica. We want to let them know, and the Europeans, the French, the Germans, the Russians, we want to let them know, even though we're going to welcome them to our shores, we are not going to allow them to beat us, right? So I know you'll come out in droves to watch Demetrius do his thing, right? Because I expect that Tabernacle is going to be one of the schools that's going to be in that final for the junior division of the program.
And of course, the Broadcasting Corporation will provide extensive coverage of the World Relays from start to finish. The 8-Mile Rock Crushers have a rich history of football on Grand Bahama and indeed the Bahamas. The Grand Bahama Football Championships was played in the Pine Bowl over the weekend. The results and feedback positive. Ricardo Lightborn has this story.
The game between the Crushers and the Bulldogs was a physical one from start to finish. The Bulldogs showed that they have the heart and determination to play with the best in the league. The Crushers came away with an 18-12 win over the Grand Bahama Bulldogs. Coach Levante Parker said the Crushers got some breaks and cashed in.
We started off rough. You guys, you know, they out of shape. We didn't get a chance to practice. So the guys is out of shape. And the Bulldogs gave them a lot of trouble in the first half. But we overcome some of the little penalties. We had a lot of penalties. That's what killed us. But other than that, the guys, they played well. And they played hard. They fight till the end, and we end up winning the game.
It's been a while since football has been played in the Pine Bowl on 8-Mile Rock. It's been long overdue since Levante and more football to be played in the Pine Bowl.
It was very important for us to be playing at home in 8-Mile Rock. You know, we get to see a lot of the old Crushers out here. We get a lot of our family to come around and watch the game, you know, to give the people in the community a chance to see football again. And we're looking forward for next season. You know, it was a good thing to start, to play home, so we'll be able to let the community know that, hey, next season we're going to bring football back into the community where every football is known in 8-Mile Rock.
The Pine Bowl, the home of the 8-Mile Rock Crushers, has a lot of history and, from the looks of things, a bright future.
And to Taraj Wilkie, MVP of the Junior Division in the Hoyts Basketball Tournament, a special congratulations from everyone in Inagua, especially your Grammy Doreen. That's going to do it for sports tonight.